You are not failing because life is hard. You are failing because you crave approval more than power. That need to be liked, to be understood, to be chosen, it is killing your edge. 95% of men don't collapse from lack of talent. They collapse from invisible weakness, the addiction to comfort. You say you want success, but your habits reveal a deeper truth. You want safety, and safety breeds mediocrity. There is a forbidden rule about masculine power that most men never discover before 30. Obey it, and you become untouchable. Ignore it, and you spend your best years chasing the wrong things. I will give it to you at the end. But first, you need to understand why you are exactly where you are. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. You think you have time. You tell yourself you are still young, still figuring it out, still building. But modern psychology reveals something brutal. The habits and patterns you form before the age of 30 predict your financial stability, emotional resilience, and social dominance for the next 4 decades. Your 20s are not a rehearsal. They are the blueprint. Every late wake-up is a vote for weakness. Every ignored workout is a vote for comfort. Every hour lost to scrolling is a vote for the man you are afraid to remain. You are not killing time. Time is quietly executing your potential. Most men in their 20s debate identity online. They argue, they posture, they perform, but they never decide. Marcus Aurelius did not theorize about discipline from a palace balcony. He governed an empire, led armies into war, buried children, and still wrote in his journal every morning before dawn. He chose his identity every single day. You do not become a man by thinking about it. You become a man by doing it, repeatedly, without applause. The clock is not your enemy. Your indecision is. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. You fear rejection, failure, embarrassment. But here is the cold truth. Your imagination is lying to you. The pain you fear almost never arrives at the magnitude your mind creates. And yet, you make real decisions based on fictional suffering. So you play small. You stay in the safe job that is slowly killing your ambition. You avoid the hard conversation that could change everything. You delay the risk that your gut already knows you must take. Neuroscience confirms this. The human brain processes social rejection in the exact same neural circuits as physical pain. Your brain cannot distinguish between a broken bone and a bruised ego. So you protect your comfort like it is your body. But comfort is not safety. Comfort is a slow predator. It does not kill you violently. It softens you, quietly, daily, invisibly, until one day you look in the mirror and do not recognize the man looking back. Every time you choose comfort over discomfort, you reinforce a neural pathway of avoidance. Those pathways deepen, avoidance becomes instinct. And by 30, avoidance has become identity. You don't lack ambition, you lack tolerance for the necessary pain of growth. But here is the truth most men are too weak to accept. You are not avoiding failure, you are protecting your excuses. Because your excuses are the one thing that let you stay comfortable while still believing you are capable of more. That is the trap, and most men live their entire lives inside it. It is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Epictetus. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. You think your circumstances define you. Bad economy, no mentor, no connections. But your judgment about those obstacles is the only prison that actually holds you. 2 men lose the same job on the same day. One spirals into resentment and inaction. One adapts, rebuilds, comes back stronger. The difference is not intelligence. It is not luck. It is self-mastery. Psychologists call this locus of control. Men with an internal locus take full ownership of their outcomes. Men with an external locus blame everything around them. By 30, this single difference produces two entirely different lives. You are not behind because the world is unfair. You are behind because you are still negotiating with your lower impulses. You scroll instead of build. You complain instead of train. You fantasize instead of execute. This is the turning point every man must face. The moment you stop being a reactive man and start becoming a deliberate one. From emotional to strategic, from loud to lethal in silence, from scattered to controlled force. The world does not reward potential. It rewards demonstrated, repeated, disciplined action. Become the man who does not argue with reality. He studies it. He adapts to it. He advances through it.
If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. Look at your last 7 days, not your intentions, not your plans, your actions. How many hours did you give to things that will not matter in 5 years? How many promises did you break quietly to yourself? Discipline is not about intensity. It is about integrity. Every morning you say you will wake up at 5 a.m. and do not. You issue yourself a quiet verdict. You become a man who cannot be trusted, not by others, by himself. And a man who cannot trust himself becomes paralyzed at every crossroads. Most men want status. Few want the structure that earns it. They want the body without enduring the training, the income without absorbing the sacrifice, the respect without exercising the restraint. Strength is the residue of discipline, and discipline is built one private decision at a time, when no one is watching, when comfort is available, when the excuse is completely justified. You feel the gap between who you are and who you could be. That gap is not guilt, it is a signal, and a man who ignores his own signals becomes a stranger to himself by 35.
He is brave who is free, and he is free who conquers himself. Seneca. Here is the forbidden rule. Detach from outcomes. Attach to standards. Most men tie their entire identity to results. The promotion, the income, the recognition, the response from others. And when those results fluctuate, and they always do, their confidence collapses with them. They were not building character, they were chasing validation in a tailored suit. Stoicism teaches something far colder and far more powerful. You control your effort. You control your discipline. You control your character. Everything else is outside your dominion. When you finally internalize this, you begin to take risks without needing the outcome to be guaranteed. You speak without needing approval before you act. You build without needing applause to continue. You become dangerous. Not aggressive, not loud. Dangerous in the way that a man with nothing to prove and everything to build becomes impossible to manipulate. Before 30, most men chase external validation. After 30, they mourn the years they wasted doing it. The elite minority build internal power first, establish standards first, enforce identity first, and external results follow, not as a goal, but as a consequence. The forbidden rule is this: never allow your internal state to be governed by something you cannot control. Master this, and you exit the 95% permanently. Not because you became smarter, not because conditions changed, but because you became stable when everything around you was designed to make you react.
The 10-minute night audit. Every night, before sleep, sit alone.
No phone, no music, no distraction. Ask yourself 3 questions. Where did I act weak today? Where did I choose comfort over growth? Where did I break my own word? Write the answers. No excuses, no self-hatred, just facts. Then make one decision, one correction, one standard to enforce tomorrow. This is not journaling. This is governance. Strong men do not drift through their own lives. They audit them. They correct them. They rebuild authority over themselves one honest night at a time. The man who does this for 90 consecutive days will not recognize the weakness he once accepted as normal. 95% of men fail before 30, not because they lacked talent, opportunity, or time. They failed because they chose comfort over character every single day, in small, invisible, justified ways. You now see the pattern. Stop seeking validation. Start enforcing standards. Most men who watch this will feel a recognition right now, and then tomorrow they will return to their habits. You won't. Because the next video will cover something even more uncomfortable. The silent reason why disciplined men are still losing, and what the ancient Stoics knew about power that modern men have completely forgotten.